How can we surrender everything to God? The willingness to surrender to God is sort of a catch-22, because there is a love for God that is so deep within yourself, so profound, so exquisitely intense, that for God one would surrender anything. It's something to be discovered. It's there. That capacity, that willingness to surrender everything to God is innate within consciousness. When you need it and call it forth, it's there. Would I be willing to surrender this to God? Yes. Then you get to a tough one. So innate to the pathway of non-duality, or the Zen, bare bones, ascetic route, aligned with it is the way of the heart. It is only out of devotion to God, out of love for God, it is only because of the heart that you're willing to follow the pathway of negation, let's say. Out of your love for God, you're willing to let go of a positionality. So one lets go of the trite ideas of right and wrong, war is bad, peace is good. More crime goes on in peaceful times than in war. In war, people are too busy to commit crimes. When the war is over, then they go back to it. There's a willingness to surrender all presumptions of the mind and ask God for revelation. It's like one holds one's positionality and asks God to resolve it out of the willingness to surrender it to God. So the willingness to surrender things to God comes out of devotion. When you get into a really incredibly high place of beauty, you'll realize you can get in touch with it there. In the state that you're in, you'd be willing to surrender anything to God, everything to God, life itself. And in the last instant, that is what is asked for. Where are you willing to surrender your life itself to God? So the more you clear away the ego through, let's say, the Buddhism side of spirituality, or the Advaita side of non-duality, it strengthens the way of the heart, the traditional Christian way, let's say, through the heart. The more you evolve through the heart, the greater power you have to let go positionalities that are deeply ingrained. So each one assists the other to be devoted to one's spiritual work. You're doing that out of your love for God. The reason to become enlightened is out of your love for God. That's the reason. It is out of my love for Thee, O Lord, that I do surrender all that I think and believe that I am, including life itself. To Thee, O Lord, do I surrender my being. That's an act of the spiritual will. It comes from the heart of the spiritual will. It comes out of connecting with the inner joy. When you connect with the inner joy, it gives you the spiritual power to surrender anything else except truth to the Lord, Also, divinity respond, let's say, no, I can't put it that way. The worship of God, the love for God, the devotion to God, the love and devotion to spiritual work itself is a sacrifice and a gift to God. Who doesn't need any gifts? It's just a style of speech. It's a gift of love is a gift of love, and it is its own reward.